Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you're having an awesome day. I'm back with more Dragon Ball C figures. Again, another S.H.Figuarts from Bandai. This is the legendary Super Saiyan Son Goku. Again, this is probably my second one that I have. I did get the just a regular Goku, if you want to call it that. So definitely looking forward to getting this one. You've got the actual figure there on the side, some really nice packaging here on the side. More of the action figure, and on the back you've got the cool looking figure in the different poses and the different faces. So again, looking pretty good there. I was definitely looking forward to getting a Super Saiyan version of Goku here. So let's open this up and give you guys a look. So let's get going here with legendary Super Saiyan Goku. You guys can see all his accessories laid out as well as the figure. We do get 5 different sets of hands in different poses. That's 5 here in addition to then the fists that he comes in with. The more interesting set of hands are these here that have a bit of a little nub here, and that is to go along with this effect here. This came in separately in the box. It wasn't put together. So if you see this little I'm going to call them ray of lights here, you have to put them in to the little ball effect here. And that did take me a bit because I wasn't sure if, I'm not even sure now if these are all right. They seem to be holding in place pretty well. And the effect I think is done pretty well. Kind of has like a bit of a hazy white paint and hazy blue. But I think it's done really well, and I'm glad they included this with this figure, right? The Saiyan Race on Earth figure didn't have any kind of blast or fireball effects. But as I said, this hand here is meant to go with this effect here, and there is the nub there so that you can tab that in, and it tabs in pretty well. And then you can take this hand, you can take his hands out, switch them out, right? And then it looks like he's doing his blast effect there. But again, this is really cool, and again, I'm glad they included that. And the hands, for the most part, they're done pretty well. Again, this is a whole deal where you pull the hands out and slide them back in, so really shouldn't be much of an issue. Of course, we get in total 4 facial expressions, right? He has 1 on right now, but you also get these 3 down here. I'm trying to give you a bit of a closer look. So he's got this more serious tone here. You got this really angry one, and of course this one right here, which I love. He's like smirking, reminds me a lot of Vegeta there. So again, that's really cool. I think the face details are included there are really well done. You've got the little blonde eyebrows and the lines on the forehead. You know, the eyes I think are done really cool. So pretty nice that they include these additional faces. The other part of the accessories is extra hair. So you get extra hair piece with this guy here. I'll show you right now in a second, just trying to give you a better look. So you get this hair style, which is similar to the one he has on right now. The only difference being is that this one right here specifically fits in with these 2 front hairstyles. So you've got, I guess, this bit of a bang coming down through the front that is meant to go with this one here, and it fits in pretty well. So it looks like he's got his hair down. So if you wanted to, you can, let's say, put this face in here, so it looks like that, and then you can add in this extra bit of a hair piece here, and he's got sort of that bang going on through the center. Or if you want, you could switch it out. He's got the full-on hair on his face here, which I think I prefer that look here. Or if you want to, now looking at the figure, you can display him with that face, which is screaming face, looking really crazy. And then, as I mentioned, the hairstyle is pretty much at least if you take the front out here, you guys will see the hairstyle is pretty much the same. The only difference being is that this head sculpt, specifically this hair sculpt, only accepts this front piece, right? So that his hair is kind of all going up, whereas this piece here will only accept these 2 hairstyles. You can't interchange them. The tabs just don't fit in. So again, they do give you those different options. Then moving on, of course, onto the figure, because that is it pretty much for the accessories. You guys see I switched out his face for that screaming expression, like he's powering up. He's got the crazy hair going on. I think that's, again, done really well. Again, similarly to the other face styles, I think that face looks the business. Pretty cool on my part. I think it looks really nice. You move into the body. The skin texture is a little different than the Saiyan raised on Earth, but I think that's done on purpose, right? I think that's just a style of the animation. At least that's my understanding. Then, of course, you come in to the ripped up clothes here, which look really cool. Again, the color here is a little flatter than the Saiyan raised on Earth Goku. But again, I don't mind it. I think it looks really cool with the ripped up blue shirt. You've got the, again, the little belt here. His gi's kind of all ripped up in different places. So pretty cool looking figure there. Moving on down, you've got some skin texture they're showing. You've got the ripped up pants. Again, looking really, really cool. The boots, again, similarly to a Saiyan raised on Earth, but you'll see there when I show them both together, the colors are different, but nothing too bad there. Here's the back. Give you guys a bit of a better look how that looks. You'll see the joints there for the knees, and then right there you see the back, and then of course muscles upon muscles upon muscles, and then you've got that crazy blonde hair looking there. So overall, I think the figure looks really cool. You know, definitely no complaints on my part. Moving on to the articulation, very similar articulation to the Saiyan raised on Earth figure that I have. So here the head can move probably all the way around. Just be really careful here. Mine has a little resistance going all the way, so I kind of just probably feel comfortable just moving it this way, trying to avoid any breakage there. The neck itself, there's also a joint there that you can use to give them a bit more of a head articulation. The chest here, there's some articulation here on the chest portion, so you can bring the arms closer together if you want. Not by a lot, but you can do that. I think that kind of gives you this kind of look from the back. So again, that's really cool there. Your arms, again, you can probably raise them quite a bit, probably about that much. You can also then rotate this in place. So again, no issues there. You got some bicep articulation there, so you can rotate the bicep all the way around if you want. You got your 90-degree, actually more than 90 here for the elbows. You've got these sculpted wrist guards here that are kind of tattered and ripped up, done in blue, which are done really well. The arms, sorry, the hands here, the fists kind of move all the way around, and there is an additional articulation here. You can move these back and forth. So again, no issues there with the arms. There is some additional articulation here on the torso section, so you can use this to move, give them some bit of a look down, so you can look down and then probably up. And then here there is articulation here on the waist, so if you want to, you can turn the waist fully around. So you guys could see the gi here, the top part is kind of not held in place, so you're gonna need to play around with it so it doesn't move too much. But again, that's really cool because you can move it slightly off to the side when you're posing this guy, you know, to get that out of the way and get it out of the way of the legs too. So again, really cool there. The legs here, you can kick probably about that much before things get in the way. Back probably about that much. I mean, this, you could turn the leg fully around if you wanted to. Just be really careful. Knees, again, awesome range there, double jointed knees, so no issues there. The leg itself, there's an additional joint here, so if you want to, you can turn this fully on both sides. You probably do a split, probably about that much. Again, if you need him to do a split, he can do it. And you see guys how he can kick back and forth. You got the knees there. So again, really cool. He can almost kick himself in the back. So again, really cool. We've got the feet here. You've got, you know, a joint here. You can move this fully around. You can move this slightly up, slightly down. You can also move them slightly forward and back. So again, just be really careful. And then of course you got your toe articulation. And here at the bottom, you could see they sculpted the soles. You know, they're pretty plain, but yeah, I think that's really cool. They sculpted that additional detail. So yeah, I think articulation wise, you'll be able to get this guy in some really cool poses. And then just to show you guys, if you want to switch out the face here and even the hair, you can just pull this out. You essentially pull out the hair here. It's attached by these two little holes there. You kind of leave them like that. His face also comes off and is attached by that same style. But as I mentioned earlier, this hair piece does not fit with this other hairstyle here. So the joints or the little nubs here are not, closer than they are here on these two holes. So I wouldn't go around forcing it in. They don't fit in really well. So you'll end up with something like that. At least on this piece you do. So just keep that in mind, that is something that goes along with this specific hairstyle, which you then have to pull out. It's held on by a little tab, and then at that point you can then use this other hairstyle, which, as I said, it's pretty similar, but you kind of just pop this in. It's kind of in there already. There we go. And then you could take one of the other faces if you wanted to. Take this not smiling, but his face here with the cool little smile, and then you could take one of the other hairstyles, let's say this one here with the hair hitting his face, and there you go. And then you have that other option, which looks really cool. So here I went ahead and switched out the hands, switched out the hair, the face, and added the flash effect there. Looking pretty cool. Holds a pose there without any issue. Again, no complaints on my end. The joints on the ankles and knees are pretty tight, so are the arms. And again, you can get some pretty cool poses out of this guy here. So I am pretty happy. It did take me a bit to work out these different lines from this flash or fireball effect to get them out of the way of the body when I was posing him. But again, he looks pretty cool there in my book. So thankfully, no issues. We'll see how it holds up over time though. But right now, this figure looks pretty cool. And here, just playing around a bit with the flight stand, just to show you guys, again, the posability. And again, this guy is looking pretty cool. No issues, again, with the joint or anything. Switched out some of the hands, no problems. And again, the poses you can put this guy in are pretty cool there. I got him on this Tamashii Nation Stage 4 or Act 4 stand. So again, looking pretty cool there. Here, just one more for the road. Again, pretty happy with the articulation on this figure and the way it looks. I guess my one only complaint you'll see when I show him heads up with the Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku. But right off the bat, again, I had to get my own flight stand there, which again, with how possible these figures are, it would be nice if they would start including these as part of the package. But otherwise, again, like I said, pretty happy with the figure here. No issues on my end. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and move on with the comparisons here against the legendary Super Saiyan Goku. Starting off right away with a Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku. And right there you guys could see the differences. Obviously the main one being the color. The orange here on Super Saiyan Goku is a lot, I guess, more muted and a lot less bright, not as shiny. And it's a whole completely different tone of orange from this one here. Obviously, then you could see the differences in the sculpt. The skin complexion is also different. This one, I guess, is more of a, I guess, cartoony looking, whereas it looks like they went for a more realistic looking skin tone there with the Super Saiyan version, and obviously the differences with the hair. I do feel like Saiyan Raised on Earth here is slightly like a little bit taller than the Super Saiyan Goku. Not sure why they would be. I mean, they're the same person technically. But other than that, I think they both look really cool. called the differences in hues in the oranges. Also, it's the same thing with the boots here. The blues are a little darker here on Super Saiyan Race and Earth versus the Super Saiyan Goku. So yeah, some differences there. But other than that, there you see the two of them together. So we'll move Goku here out of the way. And I don't really have any other Dragon Ball figures at the moment. So I figure, let me just start throwing the other figures that I have here in my collection at the moment. So, you know, I made the Transformers, so why not? Here's Super Saiyan Goku next to Optimus Prime, for whatever that's worth. You get them both together there. Here's Cyclonus. This is from Kingdom. Again, more Transformers. Not that you would pair the two for whatever reason, but there you go. That's what they look like together. And then the last Transformer that I do have here is good old Brawn from Studio Series 86. So that's the two of them together. Moving away from Transformers, I'm also into some Ninja Turtles here. So here is the Super 7 Donatello. If you want to pair them up together, pretty similar in size, I'd say. So move him out. Move Donnie out. Here's some more Super 7. This is a Foot Soldier from Super 7 Ultimate lines from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's what they will look both together there. We'll move him out. And then the last turtle rep here is from NECA. This is the, I guess, comic inspired turtles. So again, pretty cool. We'll move him out. And then we have some Storm collectibles, so why not, you know, maybe you want to pair up your Mortal Kombat reptile with Super Saiyan Goku for whatever reason. That's what they look like together. Again, these are much bigger, so there you go. We'll move reptile out of the way. And since we're talking about Storm collectibles, here's Ryo Sakazaki from King of Fighters and Our Fighting fame, again from Storm collectibles too. So there you go. And then the last Storm collectibles that I have here is, this is just Wolf Hawkfield from Storm collectibles Virtua Fighter line. So there you go. That is Wolf. Then other random figures I had here, I had the Mega Man. This is, I believe, from Bandai Chigokin. It's a pretty old die-cast Mega Man figure that I've had in my collection since forever. I actually think that looks really cool. Make for a pretty nice crossover there between these two figures. So that's what they look like together. And then my Massinger C from, I believe this is from Tamashii Nations, metal scale as they call it, or what have you. Had this in my collection for quite a while now, but that's what they look like together next to each other. And then just to wrap it up, they decided to pull out the old Wolverine from this is Mason Yamaguchi Revoltech, I think as they call it, Wolverine from the X-Men. So yeah, I actually do think those look pretty cool too. So that is it for the comparisons. Looking pretty cool there. All right guys, so that's gonna do it for me here with legendary Super Saiyan Goku. Overall, pretty happy with the figure. I think he looks great. I think the details, the ripped up pants, the color, the hair, all looks really nice. The posability is there. Haven't had any issues yet, but again, we'll see how it holds up over time. If I had any nitpicks, as I said earlier, this was around 60 something odd dollars that I paid for at Big Bad Toy Store. You do get a couple of hands different, like the hair accessories and the flash or fireball effect. But again, really wish they would include a stand with these, especially at that 60 something odd price point, because these things are very postable, and I think it would go a long way towards making a whole complete package if they just included that in the box, right? So you don't have to go out of your way to have that additional expense of buying a stand like I did in my case. But again, that's a nitpick on my part. Overall, I am really happy, and I think for my second Dragon Ball figure added to my collection, this one is pretty cool. Anyway, if I missed anything, if you have any questions, certainly let me know. But if you made it to the end, again, thank you so much for your very valuable time, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care.